Hello everyone, welcome to Wings IES JKS. We are back with the 5 questions under 5 minutes for the polity component. Let's start with the first question. Which part of the Constitution of India declares the ideal of a welfare state? The first option is directive principles of the state policy. The directive principles of the state policy are indeed the directives which are being given to the government by the Constitution of India, and they are regarding the welfare state. When we talk about the directive principles of the state policy, the directive principles of the state policy, they are under 3 categories, or 3 categories come under this: the socialist principles, the liberal principles, and the Gandhian principles. So option A seems right. Let's discuss the other 3 options. Fundamental rights. When we talk about the fundamental rights, part 3rd of the Constitution, these are the rights of the citizens against the state. So obviously this is not the right option. Now option C is preamble. Preamble is the identity card or the preface of the Constitution. It is not the right answer. 7th schedule talks about the division of powers. There are 3 lists within the 7th schedule of the Constitution. List number 1, union list, state list, and concurrent list. Again, it reflects the federal character of the state. Moving on to the next question. Second question: in the context of India, which one of the following is the characteristic appropriate for bureaucracy? When we see the word bureaucracy, the first thing that should come to our mind is executive organ of the government. Now the options are: an agency for widening the scope of parliamentary democracy. So the agency which will widen the scope of the democracy, it is the legislature. So it is not the right answer. Option B, an agency for strengthening the structure of federalism. For strengthening the structure of federalism, there is, so again, wrong answer. An agency for facilitating political stability and economic growth. So political stability related to the political parties, and again legislature. So again wrong answer. Last option, an agency for the implementation of the public policy. So as we all know that bureaucracy is the executive organ of the government, so it has the function of implementation of the public policies. So option D is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. Question number 3. The preamble to the Constitution of India is: option A, a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect. This seems close or right. The preamble of the Constitution is a part as per the Keshwananda Bharti case 1973, and it has no legal effect because it is non-justiciable. But we need to look at the other options also. Option B, not a part of the Constitution and has no legal effect. So it is a part, so this is wrong. Option C, part of the Constitution and has the same legal effect as any other part. We all know it is a non-justiciable part of the Constitution, so this is wrong. Option D, a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts. Now this option is more close as the option A, because we need to understand if the preamble is being implied along with the other, because we need to understand if the preamble is being implied with the justiciable parts of the constitutions, for example like fundamental rights or the other legal rights, then it has certain amount of legal effect, but in an indirect way, although it will be injusticiable. But option D is the closest option. So a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts is the right. Option A is wrong. Okay, moving on to the next question. Question number 4. With reference to the provisions contained in part 4 of the Constitution of India, which of the following statements are correct? First, they shall be enforceable by the courts. Part 4 of the Constitution, they are the directive principles of state policy which are non-justiciable. So it means they are not enforceable by the court. So they shall not be enforceable by the court. So this is wrong. They shall not be enforceable by any court. Statement 2 is right. And statement 3, the principles laid down in this part are to influence the making of the laws by the state. As we all know, directive principles are the directives. They should be reflected within the laws and enactment of the laws of the government. So again option 3 is, statement 3 is right, and the option which is right is option D. Moving on to the last question. The 9th schedule was introduced in the Constitution of India during the Prime Ministership of, it's a factual question. The 9th schedule of the Constitution was added by the first Constitutional Amendment Act of 1951, and at that point 1951 Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of the country. Talking about the first Constitutional Amendment Act, the 9th schedule, it actually originally has inducted around 13 laws into the 9th schedule, which were out of the purview of the judicial review, and currently there are around 284 laws being inducted. However, with the landmark judgment of the Keshwananda Bharati case versus State of Kerala, 9th schedule basically has been came under the purview of the judicial review, because the judicial review has also been declared as the basic structure of the constitution. So these are the certain facts and information regarding the 9th schedule. I hope you find these answers informative, and for more such videos do subscribe the channel. Thank you.